coming to my YouTube channel. Hope we are all fine today. Today we have a very tangible topic to discuss: sibling rivalry. How does it affect sibling rivalry? I am the Conscious Coach. My name is Olalade James. I like to talk about children, family settings, and everything that leads to nurturing an healthy child. So we are here again to talk about sibling rivalries. How do parents deal with such? How do you undo it? How can you control it? How can you tame it and use it for the good and the betterment of the family? Because of course, children and siblings, they would always have misunderstandings. And what are the things you are supposed to do as a parent to make sure it all goes the right way? This is what we'll be taking note of today in this particular episode. So, good day everyone. Let me start with a question. How many of you have ever heard your children arguing over something as simple as a toy, a seat in the car, or why mom loves you more or loves me more? Yes, how many of you have heard about it? Exactly. That's sibling rivalry. Yes, sibling rivalry, the endless tug of war between brothers and sisters. It is one of the most oldest stories in family life. From Cain and Abel, Joseph and his brothers, to the quarrels happening in our homes every day. It has always been happening, and parents don't talk about it, and that's why I took it upon myself to talk about it today. But here is the truth about sibling rivalry. The truth about sibling rivalry is not a sign of bad parenting. It is a natural part of growing up. It's how children learn about fairness, identity, love, and even leadership. Yes, you will say that. Teach them about leadership. Now, sibling rivalry is not about your parenting failure. It is about your children learning to share, learning to be empathetic, learning to know each other and to identify each other's flaw and to identify each other's likeness and to also see other perspective of every of their other siblings. So today we will explore what sibling rivalry really is. Why is it? Why does it happen? And most importantly, how it turns into an opportunity for connection and not conflict. Sometimes it leads to conflict. In fact, most times it leads to conflict. It causes problems in that family, and it gets to adulthood such that the children will be scattered. But now we are talking about how to make it connected. Understanding sibling rivalry, you need to understand it. Sibling rivalry is the competition, jealousy, and fight that occur between brothers and sisters. It usually begins as a second child arrives in the family. Second child, third child, and it keeps going like that. Then why does it happen? It happens because every child wants to feel seen. Every child wants to feel love, and every child wants to feel secure in their parents' hearts. So everything still falls back to the parents. When a newborn baby comes, the first child feels distracted or displaced. When one child excels, the other feel unseen. Even when they are older, they may still compare for attention, affection, and approval, even while they are still older than their other siblings. Need to feel like I matter, that they matter and they're supposed to be seen. When the need is threatened, sibling rivalry begins. Let's look at the main causes of sibling rivalries. Causes of it is competition for attention. Yes, that's number one. Competition for attention. Children measure loves in moments of connection. When one feels the other is getting more attention or connection, whether it is hug, praise, or time out, jealousy sets in because they feel that they are not getting what the other person is getting. So they start getting jealous. So another thing that makes them act rivalry is search for identity. Each child wants to stand out and be unique. You will hear things like, I am the most smart, I am the most funny one. Mom likes me the more. These labels are small, but they are what? Invisible boundary that fuels rivalries. They are invisible boundary that fuel it and makes the other one like want to question why this one is being the most smart and most funny. Another thing is differences in personality and age. Yes, differences in personality and age. When siblings are close in age, competition is stronger. When they are far apart, misunderstanding increases. And when one wants independence and the other one wants attention, since they are far apart, like a 10 years gap between your children, another one will cry for independence and another one will cry for attention. Parent comparison, yes, this one hurts the most. When we say things like, look at your sister, she is so organized. We think we are motivating them or trying to let them get inspired, but we are actually creating resentment. We create resentment into the heart of those children, because comparison is the thief of joy. Yes, in family, comparison is the thief of peace. I've mentioned this in my previous video where I talked about comparison. Why do we compare children? Comparison thieves the joy of each child. When you compare them to the other or you compare them to another person, it steals their joys and it's disheartening their hearts. It makes them feel unloved, and indirectly it can cause sibling rivalry, especially if they are being compared to their other siblings. So parents should take note of some of these points. Now, the hidden gift in sibling rivalry that we need to take note of and to make best use of. Here is the truth that surprised most parents about sibling rivalry, that it's not that bad. Of course it's bad, but not that bad if you use it to your good. When guided properly, it can actually help children grow emotionally and socially themselves. Yes, they learn how to stand up for themselves, how to handle situation, how to handle disappointment. Then they learn how to understand each other. Yes, how to understand the other person and how to understand the second other person. Now, how to share space and how to negotiate. These are things they also learn. They learn how to share space. Then also learn how to forgive and reconnect with each other. That is, if you as a parent, you take cognizance of this and you use it at your good. They are learning life's biggest lesson right under your roof. Your job is to be the referee and the teacher, not the judge. Don't need to be treated equally. They need to be treated uniquely. Every child has their own perspective of getting out to of how to feel seen and how to feel loved. That means your love isn't divided, it is customized. Each child receives it differently in the language that they speak, that speaks to their hearts. They receive it in the language that speaks to their heart, how they feel loved, how they feel seen, like I said earlier. Now, the parent's role in this is turning conflict into connections. As a coach and as a child therapist, I've come with some of this philosophy that you can use and undo such misunderstanding, especially between siblings. So let's go for it. Stay calm and natural. You have to first of all stay calm. Being calm tells it that you are in charge of that situation. You are in charge of what is happening. So stay calm and natural. When conflicts arise, resist the urge to take side. No matter what, don't take side. Listen to both children and say something like, I see you both are upset. Let's figure it out. What happened? Then you hear from their own end and let the first one say, the second one will also say to our own view. Then this teaches fairness and accountability, that you are being fair and you are accountable. Children watch your reactions to learn how to handle their own emotions. Once you are calm, they learn from it and they look at how they are going to handle their own emotions or whatever it is that comes up in the nearest future. They can easily stay calm and be able to attend to it without stress. So then the number 2 thing is avoid comparison. Instead of, why can't you behave like your brother? Why can't you behave like your sister? Say, I appreciate how hard you are trying to listen right now. I appreciate how hard you are trying to listen to me right now. As far as they are trying to show their aggressions, let them know that you appreciate it. Yeah, focus on cooperation. Create family activities that require teamwork, games, house chores, or creative projects where children work together. This reduces sibling rivalries naturally. It gives them cooperative activities to be able to work hand in hand. Now, reward cooperation with praise, not just results. Say words like, I love it when I see both of you working together or helping each other. Instead of, you did it first, you did it second, you did it this, you are the first to do it, you are the first to round up, you are number one. You say words to encourage them, to make them work hand in hand as a team, because of course family are meant to be team members. When rivalry becomes harmful, now this is what happens when rivalry becomes harmful. Sometimes rivalry crosses a line from normal competition to emotional damage and emotional harm. And what are the things you will notice and you take cognizance of as a preconscious parent? You may notice constant bullying or name calling from a sibling to another sibling. Then one child always feel left out or afraid of the other, or even afraid of scenarios in the house. Remember, home is supposed to be a safe place. Emotional manipulation or long-time resentment. When you see that they always have long-time resentment for each other, instead of settling and forgiving and forgetting immediately. If you see this sign, it's time for deeper support, deeper emotional support, family therapy, counseling, or heart-to-heart family talk to guide those children, even to the extent of professional advice and therapies. You can go as much as that. Never ignore emotional wounds. They grow in silence, and they destroy bonds. They destroy the home. Even if not presently, in the nearest future, as the children are growing up, they still tend to remember some of this retrenchment that is being swept under the carpet, and besides, it destroys their bond. Now, sibling rivalry isn't the enemy. It is a classroom where children learn love, if you use it rightly. They learn empathy and they learn to respect one another. That's if you as a parent take cognizance and you use it the right way. As parents, we are not to eliminate rivalry, we are to teach through it. It is not our duty to eliminate it completely. We are just to teach through it and let them see the good thing out of it. Now let's remember, when sibling fight, it is not about who wins, it is about who learned and what lesson they learned, and did this particular rivalry or fight draw them closer? Did it expand their connection for each other? This is what it teaches. And maybe, just maybe, those loud arguments today are shaping tomorrow's leaders who will know how to speak up, compromise, and love each other deeply. Yes, it can go as deep as that. So next time you hear your kids shouting, take a deep breath. Step in with calmness, not with anger. Guide them. Don't judge any one of them, because you have been through it, and you know that this can be used to your own advantage. Through these conflicts, they are becoming the people they are meant to be. They are becoming the individual they are meant to be, and they are getting to know the second person, which is their second sibling, more than they have always known them. Now with this, after saying all this, I want to say thank you for listening, and remember, the home is the first school of love, where people tend to love each other and learn how to love. Make it a place where rivalry teaches respect and comparison transform into connection. With this, the children tend to naturally stop rivalry, and it doesn't extend into adulthood. It doesn't extend into destroying their bond and their relationship later in life. I am your Be Conscious coach once again. My name is Olalade James. See you next time.